And the images on the side, you know, the little colored things that you can see, is the story of these two figures coming out of their cave, and it's like a cartoon. It's sort of empty dialogue. And, you know, you can sort of see them coming and looking at the world in wonderment and going back into their cave. So for me, it was also the idea of metamorphosis. As you walked around the drawings, it changed. It changed from black and white to color to white. You know, there was text, there was, you know, even though this was a two-dimensional art form of drawing, by showing it on blocks with sculpture, it became a different environment for me. I will also just very, very quickly take you through, you know, just forensic cinema, only because that was a recent work where, you know, this is where I brought together different elements of cinema and the body. So, you know, this is an enlargement of one of the panels. The idea that I did was this idea of, you know, the sperm and egg, which I had done before, meeting in a new life created. But that story, which is a technological or biological story, was repeated by the cinematic frames from the film Avara of the hero, the heroine, their first meeting in public, the tremulous holding of hands, you know, the recognition of each other, and the final, you know, public declaration of love. And behind these two sets of parallel stories was, you can sort of faintly tell the idea of technology. You know, there were the line drawings of editing suites and cameras and projectors, and so in this way it was an interrogation of, you know, social mores and the changing landscapes in which we lived through cinema, which is the dominant episteme of our time, through biological realities as well as technological realities. And I will finish with just the last images. This is not the most recent work, but it is the work that's going into the into the auction, and it's called Earth Images, where I just sort of use the idea of the shaped wood to further simulate. So now I have sort of heavy rondels of wood. All this work has been done on wood, where the rondels are sort of suggest the globe, the earth in circles, and the images on them are satellite images of the earth, so fragments of it rendered. And in the area around, in the thickness of the rondels, I do, you know, write. There are descriptions of the earth taken from websites that talk of how we pollute the earth, of environmental disasters, which sort of, you know, like in the blue one, it links to the marine life and to water and so on. And for me, it was also, you know, with these works, the introduction of color into black and white sort of started with this, and the idea of continuing to play with the seemingly abstract image that is actually real. You know, this exists. And to also then use the very shape on which I'm drawing to add another layer to what I'm doing. So it is the world, it's a fragment of the world, it's a fragmentary image that reflects the fragmented lives that we lead. And it's a great exploration for me, and the coming together of text and color and black and white, and my passion for drawing sort of coming together in ways that are personal to me. Thank you. And thank you for your patience.
Thank you so much, everyone. You have been ever so patient, and, you know, those were very illuminating presentations, I think. So thank you all for being here. With that, we conclude Art Conversations, but not Art Chennai. There are a couple of things happening. When is the display, Parvathi, of the artist's works? I think the display will be in the ballroom later on. So, yeah, so you can see what all these artists and the others in the residency have done. Later today, it will be installed at the Taj Coromandel, I believe, in the ballroom. Thanks all.